Computer. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fireside Chats with Skincare with Dory and Susan Wade. So my skincare clinic, people walk in and they tell me all about, oh my gosh, I'm starting to look like my mother. I'm starting to look like my father. I'm seeing aging happen. And I really want to know how we can solve this. What can you do, Dory? What can you do to help me? And they talk to me about products, they talk to me about their background, their lifestyle. It's really about how you're living your life and the products you're using on your skin. So I went on a search to find products that really work. I mean, the beauty industry is huge. It is so seductive, where even I, as an esthetician that has education and insider scoop, get seduced by these, quote, miracle cures that can make you look good instantly. So when I went searching and found Victoria Deanne and went looking deeper and deeper into the company, I learned that this company has integrity, it has passion, it has a science-backed research, and it has results. Victoria Deanne peptides are liquid gold. And I want to share with you today some insider information about peptides that I think you'll find very useful. And joining me today is Susan Wade, rock star guru, educator. So she's Director of Education for Victoria Deanne, and her background is in kinesiology and nutrition. She has a passion for wellness, fitness, and overall health. So, Susan, you owned your own business before in the fitness industry. Why did you leave the fitness industry and go into skincare? Really different jump.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on your first fireside chat. This is pretty cool.
I should light a match.
And you know, it's been kind of a journey. You know, I've always had this passion for fitness and health and training and sports and became you know, an athlete myself and went into the arena, and my kids were athletes, and I just, you know, it's a great industry. But you know, when I was training these younger athletes, I was often pulled aside by moms asking me what they can do for their skin, because I was in the health industry, and it was just kind of took me aback a bit, because I thought, you know, I'm training, you know, more for, but it made sense because it's all the same thing. It's health. And
from what I see with the athletes that I work with, you know, because Boulder is so full of elite athletes, all they want to do is hit their training time, climb that mountain, get that BMX bike, and their skin is not a priority. No. Their training is, and honestly, their equipment, their next trip too. And I get it, but you must have seen even more of that.
Yeah, and you know, I was a, you know, high endurance athlete and trained for several marathons, and it really made a difference when I started looking into the skin and understanding skin as part of it is an organ, but it always seemed to be a separate entity. You know, we didn't treat it like we treat our liver or any other organ in our body. So
yeah.
It really takes a lot, you know, and as an athlete, you know, you don't really care. You care about your time, and you care about, you know, the next race, and do I have enough equipment? You're not putting that until you reach a certain age. And then you say, you know, maybe I should do something, because we read so much about the sun damage, but we don't really know much about hydration, nutrition, stress. You know, as an athlete, you put your body through a lot of stress. And that shows up just as much as the sun that wreaking havoc among your cells and everything else. So we put everything into the sun, but we forget about, okay, I had lack of hydration. I'm putting my body through a lot of stress. That's where it starts showing on your skin.
And a lot of people think if they put moisturizer on morning and night, that solves all the problems.
I know. And that's, you know, I heard a great analogy for that. And that is, you know, we do that a lot. We think, okay, I need more moisturizer. We forget about our skin having its own moisturizer, but it's almost like putting a new coat of paint on an old house that has all the paint coming off. You know, we don't do that. We take that paint off, and then we paint over it for a nicer look. So and we do the same thing with the moisturizer. Would be the same thing that we're doing. We're not helping ourselves just by putting that moisturizer on top of our skin.
Like putting paint on a dilapidated house.
Absolutely, yes.
Huh.
So
Wow.
that's kind of what the peptides are so into the other side of the house, where we have to take off that layer and we get this beautiful underneath wood. And sometimes we don't want to paint it because we see all the great health of that wood. But then in order to make that better and paint over it, if that's what we want to do, that's what the peptides are really doing, is they're coming in and they're working with the health of that. So it's totally different than anything else you see in the market.
So with your background, which is so extensive in the health field and the care field of the body, how did you get connected with Victoria DM peptides, and how did you find them, and why are you staying with them? Like, what has been your experience? Because there's so many, I'm sure a lot of people wanted you on board as a power hitter.
Well,
How did you choose them?
you know, Victoria Deanne really, after I went to their presentation, it talked to me about the health. It really spoke volumes to me about the skin is not something we exfoliate all the time and we peel all the time and to get younger skin. It really talked to me about, the presentation was more about from within, what can we do? And it's more about nutrition, hydration, and taking care of ourselves, and then understanding what happens to an aging cell. What's going on? That's always been a question of mine, is really, when we talk about aging, what are we talking about here? And so Victoria Deanne really goes into that, and it's really about taking care of cells and getting that energy back so we can produce younger cells. It's really fun.
So it sounds like dialing back the clock and coming from the inside instead of just occluding from the outside.
Right. So many of us, and I was one, that the more I peeled my skin, the more I sloughed it off, the more I used apricot walnut scrub, the younger I thought I was going to get. It was always, you're thinking that, oh, well, maybe if I get to that under layer, I'll look younger. And not realizing the damage I was actually doing to my skin. But I think most people don't understand the function of the skin and what it's supposed to do. And I think once we understand that, that's your job as an esthetician, is to train and educate your clients so that they take care of their skin. And so that's an integral part of the peptides.
And that's why I'm so serious about home care. I tell my clients that, I would love to be with them morning and night, but they've got, morning and night and all during the day. So they have approximately 60 opportunities to treat their skin all day long. And so when they see me, sometimes every week, sometimes every other week, sometimes once a month, if it's once a month, they've had 60 opportunities to improve their skin till they see me again. And it's cumulative how they're building the structure of their skin and reformatting healthier cells that start to visibly show in a more vibrant, youthful, radiant complexion. And so that's why I really encourage my clients with their home care night and day.
Such a good point. That's so integral to the health of your skin, but not only that, but to see results. Because, we can spend a lot of money coming to see you, and you do a fantastic job and you analyze our skin and you help us with that. But there's a huge component on the other side that you just mentioned, which is, what can you do? It's a partnership.
Yeah.
And you also have to consider, the diet and the exercise and the stressors that are coming into that. But if they can do their part, the results are phenomenal.
So to back to Victoria Deanne, you've been with them quite a while now, and what have you found? Like, how do they stand out compared to other companies? Because you're really on the inside track here.
Well, I was one of those that was hitting my mid-50s. And I was realizing that,
You look great, by the way.
well, thank you. But it's helped me. Victoria Dan has helped me so much. I didn't know. I was really thinking the only thing I could do for my skin was either to go into a lot of laser treatments or actually a facelift. Because I didn't know that there was anything else that we could do. I didn't believe in products. I didn't believe in anything outside of medical. And so I was that person that was like, there has to be something that I can do. And Victoria Dan has really opened my world in terms of health of the skin. You can see people, the difference between healthy skin and skin that has just had so many procedures. And we're really seeing a difference in our society now. And I think there's a big shift towards, especially in Colorado. We love the outdoors, we're not going to give it up, but what can I do to help it so it stays healthy and it repairs and it's natural?
Yeah, and also besides radiance, people want they come in and they do this thing every time. It's like, I think we were taught as little children to do this, but as we get older, they start holding their face up and lifting their chin and pulling back and pulling up. And Victoria Dan has the lift kit, which is the bomb. It's a big deal. Can you tell me why the lift kit is such a big deal?
Yeah, we call it a lift kit for a reason. And so what we're trying to do, first of all, with the lift kit is your work at home that you have to do. So there's 4 different peptides, and they all are designed to target certain parts of aging skin. So the lift is actually working on those cells that are, weak, and we need to bring that tension back. And then everyone talks about the eyes, I need something around my eyes. And again, they tend to put a heavy eye cream on that really doesn't do anything. And so the eye serum is really working with puffiness, dark circles, aging. We have a tone that's working on those fine lines that are over contracted muscles that cause the lines. And then we always have to think about cell turnover. Because if you don't have cell turnover, then you just have dead layers of skin that are sitting there. So we have to do something with cell turnover without damaging. So in that one kit, you get all of those 4 peptides. And it is our highest, most frequent used peptides to begin with, so you can get your cells really nice and healthy.
Yeah, and you can see a difference. It was interesting because when I had a gathering a couple months ago, and my mom came in, and my friend saw her and said, wow, what have you been doing? He hadn't seen her in 6 months. He thought she had a facelift or had a procedure. And she said, I'm actually following the protocol. I'm really doing it morning and night. And this is, this must be the peptides. And I looked at her because she looked so amazing. It was quite a profound difference. And I've seen it with my clients too, of all ages, where they get on the lift kit and they see themselves in the mirror every day, but other people around them are saying, wow, you look rested. You look more even toned. Your face looks more youthful, or you look great.
Yeah.
Or sexy.
There's a big difference between the healthy look and, you can always tell someone's skin when they're not healthy. You can tell, it's the window to the inside of us.
Yeah.
If we haven't had enough sleep, we look tired, we look older, so yeah, I love that story about your mom because, I have clients that they're in their 70s and their friends accuse them of having a face behind their back because they're using the products. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Susan, I know we're keeping this short today, so thank you so much for sharing with the lift kit. And I hope you'll be willing to come back and talk to us more about the peptides and what each one of them does and how it can benefit my clients.
It would be a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. And to my clients, this is the Fireside Chats, and we're starting a series to let you know about the peptides and what they do. And since we're all at home right now, I'm encouraging you to practice your home care, since I would imagine you have more time. to take care of your skin. And to help you out, I've put all products on 10% off through April 15th, and all services, if you buy in advance, 15% off. And I'll look forward to seeing you in person when we can. And in the meantime, I hope that you'll check in and come check out our fireside talks again. Take care, everyone. And thank you, Susan.
My pleasure. Thank you.